Hey gun people! Well, I wanted to work on this. Let me get my little thing here straight so I can see what's going on. Hopefully me walking around here won't change this. So, one of my viewers, Kevin, thank you so much. Remember somebody told me you could change this decocker on the safety on and off? You could change it to where it didn't have a safety? Well, I couldn't find this damn decocker anywhere, and Kevin freaking hooked me up big freaking time. Look at that. Sent me that. Sent me a match trigger return spring and a 10-pound hammer spring. So full power is 12. This is a 10-pound. Man. So let's first make sure we don't have anything in the old gun here. I just cleaned this thing up. Alrighty. So we know it's there, done. I'm going to basically do what's called a field strip. There's that little plastic thing. Which, if you watch my cleaning video, I did the same thing. Pull down that takedown pin, this will come off. And we're just going to leave that alone, because I believe all these parts go on the frame part. So here's one of the little guns that I used to keep in my car. I kind of took it out because I just don't need it. It's a little 22 Magnum. Nice little gun. I don't know what that little spider thing is, but it's got a bigger grip because you have to cock these single action to fire. You can tell there's no trigger guard. It drives safety sallies crazy. There's no safety. So anyway, I just kept this kind of like in my little sunglasses case. So your little sunglass visor in your car, this fits perfect in there. So if Crook sees it, he may just ignore it and think it's a sunglasses. But anyway, and then this is my little Glock. This was in my car, and I just haven't cleaned it in a while. So I was like, well, let me clean this up. But we're working on the H&K today. So let's try and get a decent workspace so we can kind of see what the hell's going on here. Can y'all see? Got enough crap out of the way? Alright, so this is a hammer spring, which I'm assuming goes right back inside here. Where's my little flashlight? I never have a little flashlight when I need it. Let's see if this thing works. Then when I do have them, they don't freaking work. See? Rick, you should get a Look. Oh, this one looks like it's got a bad battery. This must have been a project that I need to work on. Shit, I got no freaking flashlight. Are you kidding me? I got flashlights all over this damn house, and I ain't got one in here? Crap. If I could get one, I'll have everybody complaining. Anyway, it's right in... I can't see if you can see that little spring right inside there. Hopefully you can see it. I'm pretty sure that's this spring right here that I need to replace. It's the only long spring in there. So I'm going to replace this spring with that spring. And for my mystery oil, I was always looking for a case. I just ordered these little tubes. These are great little bottles. They don't freaking leak. They screw on really tight. And these little stainless steel needles twist on like they do on a shot. So to take it off, you twist it off to come off. And then when it goes down and it locks in, it actually twists down in. So it gives you a really good seal. So I never have these things leak. And I put some Marvel Mystery Oil. I really like that oil. It's very light. I should probably have gloves on, but that's alright. So I'm just going to coat this with a little Marvel Mystery Oil. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Can y'all see that Marvel Mystery Oil in there? So that's going to, if I had a little pipe cleaner, which I normally do, you know, you would think one day before I did these videos, like, alright, let me do some planning and get all the shit I want. But I don't. I just kind of wing it. And they do what they do. So I don't have a pipe cleaner hanging around here. I've got them somewhere, I assure you, but they're never around when you want them. So I'm going to see if this little Q-tip, it will not fit in there. But you know what? It'll fit in the side. So I'm going to put this Q-tip on here and just twist this little spring up through this Q-tip. And it's going to roll up, and the Q-tip is actually cleaning it. And you'll see that when I get the Q-tip off as I come off. Because I'm squeezing the Q-tip onto it as I'm twisting. And it's working its way up. Meaning every little ring is getting some of this until the very end. You can tell there's a little discoloration. I don't know if that's the Marvel Mr. Oil, but anyway, now I've oiled that up, so I know it's got a good coat of oil before I put it in. Because you don't pull these out too much. This looks like some sort of pin. And normally where there's a spring, things fly out. So I'm going to imagine, oh, a little bit of tension. It doesn't seem like a lot of tension. When you pull springs out of things, you always want to watch the way they come out. Sometimes these little pieces are different and they're fatter on one end than the other. So you really want to watch the way this thing comes out so it goes in the same way. So I went ahead and left this in there, has my spring to hold this. And the way this fell out, it looks like it's on equal sides equal. So it doesn't matter, it'll go in either way. Some of them will go in only one way, so you really have to watch that. So I'm going to put a drop of mystery oil on that bad boy too. And on my test that I did on the mystery oil, it did really good on those nails with nothing. Okay, so now when I pull this pin out, because I had to push down, I'm assuming there's going to be tension. If I just pull this out, shit'll fly everywhere. So you really want to watch and look carefully when you pull this out and try to let it out controlled. So I know which way it's going in. I know where the rails are at. I know this goes to the back. And there's a nice hole right there. Okay, so I got that. I know where that goes. This looks like the spring that I need to remove. Okay, old spring, new spring. Okay, that spring went right back on that one. I'm going to go ahead and, since I already have a little mystery oil on this, put a little dot of mystery oil on there. And I'm going to do these rails, even though they're plastic, because anytime you take something apart, it's a good time to go ahead and give it a good wipe down, because there might be dirt or unburnt powders or etc. So now that I have it completely out, I'm going to get all my grooves and everything, and I got no dirt off that, because that's a clean gun, and a clean gun is a happy gun. Okay, so I got to get that spring back in this little hole right here. Got to get my rails lined back up. Anybody know what's wrong with that picture? That was to the rear. I'm pretty sure last time. So I had it on backwards. Rick, you should pay attention. I know I should. That's why I told you knuckleheads to pay attention. There we go. Now it's sliding in nice. So I'm going to slide this in first with my pin. Therefore, I know I have it right. Make sure everything still works. I don't really feel a difference, to be honest. Maybe I'll feel a difference after I get it in. This is definitely stiffer. The other one is much more flimsy, so there must be a difference. Okay, so this is in now, I know right. I already rubbed this little pin down with some oil, so it's ready to go back in. I'm going to pull it out just kind of halfway there and start it. And then some people don't like using a little rubber mallet. I don't mind that. So I'm going to rubber mallet, lift this gun as I rubber mallet to give this room my pin to go out, so this pin can go down And I'm going to keep pressure on here so the spring isn't bouncing out. All right? And the spring went in. If you notice right here, it's not equal. I see a lot of people put guns back together. It drives me nuts. So I can see part of the pin here, and I can't see it here, which means it's not in all the way. It needs to be centered. Ah, hear that little click? Now it's centered. I didn't even know I was going to get a click. That was a little bonus click for you guys. Okay. You know what? It does feel easier. Yeah, nice. Nice. I always keep my old parts in the package that the new part came in. So later, because Kevin was so nice to label this, I know what this is, and I changed it. All right. So this little thing is the trigger spring here. And I don't know if I have to take this off or not. If I've got to take this off, I don't want to do it. But if I can do it by just removing the firing or the trigger, okay, so I'm not going to replace that right now on camera because that just kind of looks like it's a pain. But this little sucker right here, I definitely want to replace. That was the whole purpose of this project. Damn, this is a brand new sealed in an H&K bag. Kevin, you are the freaking man, dude. Shit. You go, boy. So, H&K did not make this to where I could reseal it with my old parts. Shame on you, H&K. So I'm going to have to cut this open with my trusty Smith & Wesson scissors. And we're going to put the old detent back in these two packages. So here's my new little Decocker, detent, whatever it is. Very nice. What do I do to all my parts before I put them in? Give them a nice little coating of oil. Your oil of your choice. You don't have to use mystery oil or whatever. And now I got to look at this sucker. See what's... Okay, so here's the pin that I'm replacing. Can you guys see that little silver thing right there that's popping up? So if you look at this one, I'm thinking it goes in like this. I'll know when I pull that one out. It looks like you lost that little hook there. So I'm not going to have that little hook. Which means probably that pin's going to go right over this little loop right here. I mean, it has to go this way because there's a little notch right there. If you see this little notch right here, try to go closer. This little notch right there is that little knot right there. So I know it's going to go this way. It's got the same little loop here. So I'm pretty sure this is going to slide straight in like so, and it will just come down when this one pops out. The only thing is, I'm not sure if this pin right here is the only thing holding this in. Man, I hate doing things like this because when shit flies out. So I'm going to push this detent pin in, and it should release this, I'm thinking. Oh, as soon as I pulled it in, it snapped back down. So I had it in a safe position and it automatically pushed down. Oh, pushed down far. So there must be some sort of spring in there. This is going to come out like so. Oh, it goes like this. That's important. Make sure you know how it comes out. So it goes in like that. And it looks like there's some oil on there. My new piece is going to go in like that. Man, and that pin's going to get pushed back in. Since that pin's out, I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of mystery oil on there, in case that pin's never been cleaned. So I'm going to use this to put pressure to get this below. Okay. Man, it wants to come in. Oh shit, son of a bitch. There's always a lot of cussing when I'm working on guns. So I'm trying to get this pin right here to push back in so it sticks out over here, and that little piece sticking out should be hooking up right here. So that's what I'm going for. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it in camera. So sorry about that. But you will be able to see it when it's done. If I get it to work. If I don't end up putting the original part back in, saying, oh, screw it. So let me try a little flathead screwdriver on this. So now you see I kind of hammered that back in, and it is holding that detent down. Ah, I get it. So now it's just a decocker. I can't push it up. There's no safety because this little hook right there gave it a place to go, and now that's gone. Pretty stinking spiffy. No more safety. Yeah! Freaking love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just drop these two pieces, because I may change that spring. I don't know if I'll change that or not. If Kevin calls me and tells me that it's really a good idea and that spring will make a difference, then maybe I'll change it. But I'm thinking it looks like it's just a reset type of spring right there. And if it's just a reset, I'm not worried about reset so much. Alrighty. So I don't remember what oil I used on this before, but since I got it out, I'll put a little drop of mystery oil on it. I'm going to give you the secret to mystery oil. What's in it? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, the consistency and the slickness of it, and you guys go to all these other sites and tell them when they're doing these tests to do mystery oil. Because I'm telling you, man, this stuff, not only does it smell good, it goes on very, very thin. It's almost like a sewing machine oil. And it's just Marvel mystery oil. Get it at the auto parts store. And you know what? I like it. So I use it. And if somebody comes here and tells me why I shouldn't and how bad it is, then maybe I'll change. Maybe I won't. Rick, you shouldn't use stuff. Alright, whatever, people. Crazy. Crazy people, I tell you. Oh man, it really makes a difference on single action. Oh, that's a lot nicer on single action. Double action, a little bit, not a lot, but still very nice. Man, I like it. Thanks, Kevin. And no more safety. Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? It's cocked. How do I get it uncocked? Use the decocker. Hey, that's pretty cool. That still works. I want to put it on safe. Oh my God, there's no safe. What do I do? It's going to shoot by itself now. My God. Man, that's a great thing. The thing about safeties is they just have a habit, especially in a crisis or a fight for a gun, to get clicked on or clicked off. And you have to guess where it's at. And that's not good. When you don't have a safety, right here is your safety. Okay? I know they've made it into a movie Hollywood thing, but this has always been your safety. We've been using that for freaking decades. Your finger's your safety. You keep your booger hook off the freaking bang bang switch. So as long as my finger ain't on there, that's my safety. If my finger's on there, I'm one step closer to firing, and now I need to do this. And the reason why you don't want to hold your gun on here all the time is because of the squeeze response or the startle response. If I grab somebody with this hand, or I get shot in this hand, or something happens to this hand and I clench, inter-M interaction will make both hands clench. If my finger's on the trigger, both hands will clench at the same time and I end up pulling a round off, which is why you keep your finger off trigger until you're ready to shoot. It doesn't take but a split second to get that finger off the trigger and shoot. So, very, very nice. I like it. I love it when a plan comes together. So, this, loading a gun like this, some people will load a gun like this. You just drop a round in there and let the thing slide forward. The reason why you don't want to do that is when a bullet comes in naturally on a gun, you notice it hits the feed ramp and it comes up and it slides in behind your extractor. So there's a little bitty pin in there that hooks on to this part of the bullet. Okay? But when a bullet loads, because it goes up a ramp, it comes in like that to hook in there. If you put the bullet in there and you slam the slide forward, this has to jump around, and when it's jumping around, that's how you break your extractor. So you'll see people drop a round in, and then they'll drop a round in, then let the slide forward, and it'll load. And they go, see, it didn't do anything. You put an enormous amount of stress because this is supposed to slide behind this, so when it ejects it, it pulls it out. And what you've done is you put the round in there, and now this has to go over, bend, and snap to where it gets there. And that's how you get a broken extractor. Okay? Don't load guns that way. Rick, I've been loading guns that way for 20 years, and I ain't never had... You know what? You may never have. You could have stress fractures in there that you don't know about. You could have minor imperfections. You've made it weak, and maybe sometimes when you need it, it's going to go off because your extractor is broken, and when you need it, you're going to have a little piece in there bouncing around, etc. So H&K, I got my two nice little things. Oh shit, I forgot to decock it. Damn, it's in a holster. What do I do? I'll use my fancy dandy non-safety decocker. Woohoo! Wow. Alrighty. Nice gun. Now this is, since I'm here, I might as well cover this. So this holster I kind of like because there's no release and there's no safety. It goes in, and when I need it, I get it out. So this is the type of holster that I carried undercover all the time. Now this holster is a little bit more safety. It's got a little button, so it won't come out unless you press this button in, and then that's a release. So that button right there clamps and holds the gun in, and it won't let it come out. So if somebody grabs your gun, they can't steal it. Only you know the secret place. Now, even if a criminal knows this or watches this video or remembers this, if they're really proficient, then they'll notice this gun has a release, and if I want the gun, I need to go for this button before I pull the gun out. But again, it's most criminals aren't thinking about like that. You know, some people will say you shouldn't tell that. I've had cops say, man, you shouldn't tell everybody how to get that gun. I go, dude, it's a holster. It's a public holster. Anybody can buy it. It's not that secret. It is secret, Rick. You're giving away. Oh shit, there's my pipe cleaner. Didn't I tell you? I'd always find this sucker after I didn't need it. I forgot what I was even going to clean with it. What was I going to use the pipe cleaner for? Oh, the spring. So here's what I was going to use the pipe cleaner for. Once you put some oil on your spring, or you put it on your pipe cleaner, you can run that through the inside, and that gives you a good cleaning of the inside of your spring. So that's what I was going to use the pipe cleaner for. But I forgot I had it or couldn't find it. Alrighty. I guess we will end that there with changing the H&K USP trigger spring and decocker, or whatever the hell it is. I'll figure it out when I put the stainless steel oil bottle. Got it on Amazon. Really nice. I like them. Comes with a nice cap that doesn't spill. Goes on tight. You're not going to spill anything. It's not going to drip. I was looking at one of those little oil cans that you kind of squeeze, and every one I've ever had leaks. And so me and Pat were on there, and I was like, dude, do you know which one won't leak? And he goes, man, you would think they perfected that. They probably all don't leak. We read every freaking eval on 50 different oil cans. Squeeze oil can pump dispenser. Every one of them. The biggest number one complaint, leaks. Leaks. They still haven't figured out how to make those not leak. So these don't leak. Really tight secure bottle and really tight the way you screw that in there. It's got a good closer on the top. You're not getting any leaks. If it spills over, you're good to go. Alright? So, and I've got, I've got my different little, this is some strike hold that I have in this one. This doesn't have the steel thing. This is some 3-in-1 oil. This is some Corrosion X over here. This is some Go Juice here. Go Juice. I just put some white electrician's tape and wrote on there so I can change it when I want to. Alright? So, and this is going to be my new go-to because I really like this oil. Alright. Well, then after I did this whole thing without taking a sip of coffee. Damn! I am a bad mofo. Alright, y'all have a good one. We'll end that there.